All right, now let's ask a question from Dark Zero. Basically, he's asking, how does someone stand out on a support flex role since they are on average have fewer kills than your entries?
Uh, it is your comms, 100%. Like
Okay. Mm-hmm.
it, if you have good comms, like you will be noticed by your entries or the people that are getting kills. And I think a big thing about comms is listening to what your teammate is saying. So if you have an entry and he says like, "Oh, there's a shield in front of me," like they're holding whatever. In your mind, if you have flashbangs, like that means you're the person that's going to burn to get rid of that shield. And if you can be the person that initiates, like, I'll burn so you can get rid of the shield, like you will be way more valuable than just like someone that just stands there waiting to be told what to do. Um, and it's kind of like, especially when you're a support, like or a flex, it's about like being the one kind of making some decisions and listening to what is ahead of you. If you hear your entry saying like something is going on or there's utility in the way, like that's on you to figure out like how you're going to get rid of it and how you're going to support your entry. So if you have flashes and there's a Wamai or a Jaeger holding down a position, like you need to be the one to burn, and you shouldn't have to be asked to burn by your entry if you're actually good at like your role.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think a lot of it is just calming and understanding like what your role is on the team and not having to be asked to do something.
Okay, we have a follow-up question from Lexo in the chat. So he agrees that within the team you can be noticed, but how can, for example, spectators, viewers, and people like professional players in chat that will might watch your game see you performing as a support?
It will be noticed from a support because like things will flow quickly. Like it'll be very obvious that your team is in sync. Because it's like you run into like a room and you know it's clear because your entry's in front of it and you're immediately burning utility and getting rid of the utility, and it's not like a discussion that needs to happen once you're in the room. Like I think like in my mind I'm thinking of like bank basement. Like you have server control, like your entry has server, and you walk in as like the thermite trying to get the wall open, and like you don't really know what wall to get first, or you haven't burned to get rid of the maestro cams or the goyo canisters. Like you have to be asked to do it. It looks very sloppy on like on stream. So if you just come in and it's like quickly, like you know what utility you're burning, you know like what walls you're getting, and you know like your route. It looks very clean, and it's obvious that like the team is in sync and working together. And I think that is how you get noticed, and you will get kills from doing that. Like you'll get kills from being like in sync with your teammates and in pace because there's no like disconnect. Um, so you're still going to perform well in the stats department. Might not be as good, but it's also going to look like you're playing very clean Siege.
Mm-hmm. Something to like two things to add up. So there was like one of the matches from BDS that basically everyone was positive. Shaiko was worst rated player, still positive. Like that's exactly what happens when you have good support players. Like entry, Shaiko can't kill if he doesn't have info. That's another thing. Like a lot of questions I am asking is how do you be as good as Poet, Shaiko, Citizen, or some like Brazilian players? Well, have a good support players. That's very easy. Like, the thing is, I'm assuming most of you watched 1v1 like Bolo versus Shaiko, Bolo versus Poet, and such. Just notice how much information plays there. Now imagine you have on top of that 4 people telling you where they're coming from. Like there is no flicking included, there is no recall too much, like it's literally gunfight is 1 second. And if you have 4 people on top of you sound whoring, it's going to be awesome. So, and I'm going to now, the reason I'm saying this is like if you're going to be a good support, people will talk about you.
Yeah,
That it's
for sure.
as simple as that. Like the thing is, good supports are very hard to find.
Like, and it'll be those fraggers that are like noticeable that will talk about you, like, and they will want you on their team.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you make their life easy and they go and like they get a request to join another team, like they might not take it, or they might ask for you to come with them just because you make their life easy. Like you make their job simple. They don't have to ask for things to happen, and people will talk
Exactly.
about you.